This week, I want you to think about this. Are you emotionally available? Do you hear her? Or do you just respond? This episode is all about your role and the impact you can have on your partner from the moment your baby is born all the way through to her return to work and beyond. Your job is to show up every day and be her support system. You need to stand shoulder to shoulder with her, ensuring she has what she needs to thrive. We're focusing on the strength of your relationship, the way you communicate, and how you show her that you've got her back. It's a critical part of how you demonstrate your commitment, not just to her, but to the entire family unit. Your consistent presence helps her move confidently from earlier motherhood into whatever path she chooses next. It doesn't matter if she's in the early stages of motherhood or preparing to return to work. Your role is to support her emotionally, listen attentively, and really try to understand where she's coming from. Now, I'll admit, this isn't easy for us. I'm solution focused by nature. I want to solve the problem, get to the root of the issue, and move forward, whether it's at home, at work, or with the kids. That's just how I'm programmed. It's how I respond to pressure. But when your partner is facing a challenge, she often doesn't need a solution. She needs connection. She needs you to listen, to understand, to simply be there. At times, I'm emotionally available, and other times, I'm distant because I'm focused on fixing something instead of empathizing with her. In a long-term relationship, I still catch myself trying to jump to solutions. When she's upset, I want to give her all the options. But what she really needs is for me to listen and connect, to be emotionally available, to hear her and not just respond. She wants to feel heard, supported and loved. She wants me to lead, protect and nurture in the family environment. But she also wants me to help her thrive. I can't do that if I'm always trying to fix things. Sometimes I just need to step back, listen with empathy and lead from the heart and not from the head. Regardless of where you stand in your relationship, your role as a father and partner is to make sure she feels supported and understood. Be prepared to listen, to empathize, and to give her what she truly needs: love, attention, and understanding. There isn't always a clear solution. Some problems don't have one. But what she needs is to feel heard. And that starts, my friend, by being present and emotionally aware. Let's go back to the beginning. When our son Henry was born, he had a tongue tie, which made feeding incredibly difficult and painful. As a new parent, you're scrambling for answers, for solutions, just to keep the baby healthy and fed. As a dad, I focused on the process. How do we get food into baby? What's the best solution, bottle or breast? But for my wife, feeding wasn't just about nourishment. It was about emotional connection. That bond is deeply meaningful to so many mums. Tongue ties make that process exhausting, stressful for both baby and mum, and it created this emotional tension. I watched my wife wrestle with the pain and still fight to make breastfeeding work because it meant everything to her. She wanted that connection, but I was missing the emotional layer. I was throwing out options, doing research, trying to solve the problem, but I wasn't listening to her needs. Her drive to succeed at breastfeeding came from instinct, from a place of deep emotional and maternal strength. My solution-focused mindset sometimes felt like pressure instead of support. When you push for solutions too hard, you risk undermining her emotional journey and her confidence. That early connection with baby is everything, and you could put it at risk. If you don't see it, if you're not listening, You can create unnecessary conflict. Later, another challenge came when she returned to work and she had to hand baby to childcare. These are emotionally conflicting moments for any mum. She knows logically that baby is safe, that childcare is necessary, and that her career matters. But emotionally, there's a deep pull, a fear of disconnecting from her baby. That tension doesn't just go away, it's part of her journey. And unless you're truly present and emotionally connected, you won't see it, you won't feel it. You'll just offer solutions. If you're not happy, quit. If they don't value you, leave. Those aren't bad options. That's not the point. The point is to listen to the source of the frustration, the insecurity, the self-doubt. It's to inspire confidence in her. You've got to help her feel supported and safe enough to express whatever the struggle is. Over the past 7 years, I've seen every major challenge in my partner's life come down to one thing: confidence. Confidence as a mother, confidence in her career. These two identities, they don't always align. One can take from the other. Feeling successful in her career might mean like she's not giving it enough at home, and vice versa. The internal conflict is real, and your presence, your real, emotionally connected presence, my friend, that makes all the difference. We've moved houses, created financial stability, and survived the toughest childcare years. But there's always a draw in her to be a better mum. And I know now that if I'm emotionally connected and focused on what matters, I am supporting her. Being present unlocks your ability to protect. Motherhood comes from the heart, nurturing, bonding, understanding. When she returns to work or transitions baby to childcare, her influence over the baby's world lessens. She feels that, she lives that, and it weighs heavy on her. Yes, logically she knows baby is safe, but that doesn't mean the emotional conflict goes away. She may feel lost, frustrated, even angry at times. You might not see it unless you're paying attention. So be aligned, be aware. Don't drown her in options. Listen, truly listen. Your role as her partner is to inspire confidence. Your role as a father is to show up and be the anchor that she can count on. Respect the challenges that she faces. Respect the journey that she's on. Be there. Understand this conflict that she's going to feel. Respect that she needs to feel heard. She needs to feel validated. She needs to feel like she's contributing on both fronts. Your role is to stand shoulder to shoulder with her, inspire confidence. Help her navigate these hurdles. Help her understand that her confidence comes from within. Her power, her strength comes from within. Her ability to be a good mum is all based on how she feels about herself in the moment. That conflict will not go away. As a career mum, it's not going anywhere. She's going to feel at times that she should be more present at home, more connected with her children. She should do more. She should pick them up from school every day because she sees other mothers doing it too. But you've got to recognise that there's also a conflict for those that are career mums, those that are pursuing something that makes them complete. They can't give it all up. They can't give in. They can't lose out on the things that they built. They cannot just rely on you. This is about understanding your place, understanding that yes, you are a solution-focused man. You are strong. You are independent. But you want her to grow in strength. You want her to help her children see that mum contributes so much more, that she brings so much more value to the home. What you need to understand, regardless of the challenge, that she needs to feel heard. She needs to understand. You need to understand that at times she's not looking for you to solve this problem. She is looking to be heard, listened to, respected. Yes, you can offer your opinion. Yes, offer advice. But she must come to the solution on her own. She must understand and be comfortable with whatever that decision is. And she must understand the cost of that decision. She must understand the benefit of that decision. Because it's her internal world she has to wrestle with. That instinct to be a better mum, that instinct to just be present all the time, love, warmth, passion, lead, just to engage. But if she's a career-focused woman, she isn't going to give it up because she's setting the tone. She is a role model for your children. She has worked her socks off to get to where she is. And you, as the solution-focused part of that relationship, you've got to recognise that there's going to be some bullshit in there. There's going to be some challenges that you just don't see coming. And you don't understand because you're a man. And therefore you have to. You have to respect the process. You have to understand where she's coming from and how she is perceived at work as a mum. It's not about sacrificing her career in favour of being mum. This is why we have to understand the pressure that she's under. This is why we have to respect. And it is all about respect. You respect the woman that gave birth to your children, and I know you do. But you've got to respect who she was before she had children. You've got to respect that strength that she had to deliver before babies arrived. She has to, as an individual, get back on track. She has to understand how far she can go. But she also has to wrestle with that conflict. She also has to wrestle with that feeling that she's absent, that she's not giving her children what they deserve. You have to help her feel more confident in that role, that she is making the right choices. It's not about the solution. It's about the thought process. It's about the strength of character, the characteristics. It's the values that she holds, the beliefs that she has. If she's delivering on both fronts, at work and at home, you've got to validate that. You've got to give her the feedback. You've got to help her reflect on the power that she has, the quality of love that she's giving, the passion that she's bringing to the family home. You can't stand back when she's in that conflicted state. You can't just hear her. You can't just ignore the feeling in the moment because we can't always relate to it. But you can't just jump in with a solution. Oh, leave. Don't worry about it. We'll find another way. Don't worry about that option. It doesn't really matter. You can move forward. You can try something different. She's got the same pressure. She's got that pressure to provide, especially if she's a career mum. She is a key component in your partnership. To overlook the stress, the strain, the conflict that she feels, you're undermining her place in the partnership. You're undermining her strength. You're undermining her confidence. By adopting that solution-focused approach, you're ignoring the problem. You're helping her run away from the problem. She's not able to face up to those issues. So in that next interaction, when she's feeling down, when she's trying to articulate what she's going through and what she's feeling, take a step back, engage in the conversation, but listen. Let her feel heard. Validate those feelings. Help her believe in herself. Yes, there will be solutions, but keep them to yourself. If she asks for options, share. Be clear on the impact of those options. Be clear on how they could impact her strength, her confidence. And be clear they may not remove the conflict that she feels. This is Friday Fuel. Thank you for listening. I'm Aidan, the founder of the Modern Fatherhood Club. And remember, all our resources are available on the modernfatherhoodclub.com. If you need any support, reach out. We've got the New Dad Recharge, which is your chance to reset, your chance to reflect on the role that you play, and importantly, put a plan in place to become the dad you want to be. We've also got resources on paternity leave, supporting her return to work, and resources to help you and her overcome burnout. This has been Friday Fuel. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you soon.